everyone, it's NonnaGrace. I'm really trying to find a room that I can do my videos in while my son is here because he's got the TV on, playing his games, and the noise is a little bit much. So I've come into a different room, hoping that the lighting is good and the acoustics is good. But today I wanted to talk to you about the video I watched about washing clothes, and the video was on Simple Living Alaska. And the person that brought it to me, because I would have had to search, and you know, it takes time to search to find the exact one that you watch, because I watched so many videos that after a while I forget who posted what. But anyways, Green Dreams Project, Green Dreams Project is the one that gave me the channel that did the washing machine, so I didn't have to search for it. And also PG Nano Farms also mentioned it. They watched the video also. Now the thing that I wanted to talk about is you have to be extremely ambitious, which I believe that couple is extremely ambitious, the ones that are Simple Living Alaska, to do the wash that way. When I was growing up, you know, it's funny because everything is going backwards. I remember when I was growing up, we did our wash on the washboard for a little while. I remember hand washing a lot of things on a washboard, which was not easy. And I remember my mom heating the water, and then I remember when the hot water was actually plumbed into the house. She had cold water plumbed in, but we didn't have hot water at the time. And when she would do the wash, she had to heat water to do the wash. And then later on, she had the hot water that came from the hot water tank. But anyways, we had wringer washers. Now ours were electric, which was really a lot easier than what the couple that's doing it with a non-electric washing, wringer washing type method. My mom, she would start the wash early in the morning, and it would be all day long. We were a family of 8, so there was quite a bit of wash. She would start with the darks first. She would put them into the whites, not the darks. Well, the darks were last. She would start with the whites and real light clothes, the cleanest of them all, and she'd put them in the washing machine, and the agitator would agitate them, and then she would take them out one at a time and put them through the wringer. And then they would go into another machine that had water in it that would do the rinsing, agitate, and then she'd run them through the wringer again. Well, my mom wanted a dryer because it used to take all day for our clothes to dry, and sometimes in the next morning they were still damp, depending on the humidity of the house at the time. And when you've got a lot of wash hanging, the humidity goes way up. So she would hang a lot of it in the basement, and we also would hang things out on the clothesline in the middle of winter. Everything would get stiff as a board, but it would dry. So when you brought in a pair of pants, you know, like the cartoon things where you show the pants and they're stiff as a board. Well, that's how these clothes would be. But they would, as they warmed up, they would relax and they wouldn't be stiff. Our towels were always scratchy. I never knew soft towels for years and years and years and years, because if you hang them outside, they don't get that same fluffiness that people get when they put them in the dryer. Well, first of all, I congratulate you on being so diligent in doing your wash that way. It is hard work, and I hope your husband appreciates your hard work, because it's not easy, and I didn't have to do it. I just watched it. And when I would go to the, I wanted to tell about the state park too. When I'd go to the state park for my swimming lessons, and we would come into the bathhouse, in the bathhouse they had that wringer device that they're using on Simple Living Alaska. And we would turn the crank and bring our bathing suit through, so that when we brought our bathing suit home, it would not have so much water in it, because you could never wring it out as tight as you wanted. Now, I think I missed a part. I get so distracted so easy. But after my mom had the wringer washers for years and years and years, she wanted an easy spin. Now, easy spin is basically an upgrade from the wringer. And the Easy Spin, what it did is she would take the clothes from the washing machine, run it through the wringer, put it into the other water to rinse, and then just before we took it out, she put it in this other part of the machine that would just spin the clothes to where the centrifugal force would force the water out. This way, she was able to put a few of the things in the dryer. Now we've got fluffy towels. Our overhauls, which were the blue jeans, they would be hung outside. And there was a lot of ironing to be done because clothes were made out of cotton. You didn't have the blends that they have today where you could wad it up into a ball and shake it out and it looks nice. You had to iron a lot of clothes. So those of you that are off-grid and are really trying to do like my parents did and how I grew up, I really commend you in your efforts because it's hard work. People, it's hard work. They're really doing a lot more. They're saving in the end but they're using a lot of what my mother would call elbow grease. You're using a lot of your own strength to do a lot of the work that machines do today. So I wanted to just talk about that. On another day, I'll talk about something else that's been on my mind. And at the moment, I can't even think what it was that was on my mind. I have to write things down. I wrote down what I needed to say today as far as the channel that I wanted to mention, which I want to mention it one more time because you are really doing a great job. Simple Living Alaska. You are doing great. Also, PG Nano Farms, you're doing fabulous stuff too. And you know what? The Green Dreams Project, I just love their names and the people that are doing it. And Jim, you are funny. You really are. Your wife is the other side of funny. You do all the funny stuff and it's like a comedy act watching you two. Because I don't know if you've ever watched Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. That's what you make me think of. And it is so funny. I love you both. And you take care, and I hope everybody out there that's working so hard, and those of you that are watching them work hard, really appreciate what they're doing. And you have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.